All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone, and peace and blessings to all you walking out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. Yeah, and it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And I want to go into another lesson. As you see from the title, which a shit the body have been touching on it for the past couple of days, about the prophecy of the MOTB, and I ain't gonna go too much into it on this one. I kind of just want to make the point in this lesson just to show that look, what we believe in it is actually taking place in the earth. You see, and this prophecy concerning the MOTB as what we, or should I say, what we would know that to be, which is the RFID micro C hip. You see? And now we have been preaching this for years, man, starting with the apostles of Great Millstone, the elders, the bishops, you seeing brothers on down for many years. And you had or still have many scoffers who come up against this prophecy, man, as if it's too far-fetched, as what we saying is impossible to happen, as if the ruler of this current world, the so-called white man, and these other nations following behind him, as we coming into a time of a digital era, a digital age. You see, these nations, beginning with the beast, America, NATO, and EU, they want to put this device into people for the point of total control. You see, for the point of total control. And now we know, they're going to make it look good and sound good, tell you the good side from it, as if you can buy and sell with it. Oh, you're blind? Well, get this in your head and now you can see again. Oh, you're crippled? Well, put this in your body and you can walk again. Which, the Thursday live, Lord willing, that's what we, whatever else the Lord allows to bring out. We're going into some of these miracles of this device, man, and how we shouldn't believe it. But what I want to touch on is that us pushing out this prophecy of the MOTB, as shit, y'all will know, you have a lot of, even of these Israelite camps scoff against us, right? For example, you have IUIC, how Bishop Nate for years was saying, the MOTB is not an RFID micro C hip, ain't gonna be no digital currency, which now he trying to change his tune. You see, he trying to change his tune now. You had these other camps, they said it was sin, right? The likes of Watchmen for Israel, all these other camps, they say it's sin, it's embargo, this and that. Even, and I'm gonna say this, you even have other camps who teach that the MOTB is the micro C hip, for example, Sakari, but they don't push it though. They don't constantly warn the people. They don't keep people updated on the phases leading to this device. Yeah, they got a video probably a year ago or 2 years ago going into it, but they don't constantly push the people to keep, to alert the people, man. You see? But now getting to the point of what I want to talk about, as you see in the title, because we've been having examples of what people putting this in their hand, buying and selling with this device, this micro C hip. Let me share my screen, give some visuals. Been putting this micro C hip in their hand, right? Many examples. Been doing it in Sweden. You see, they've been doing it in Sweden. Shalom Tala Akim Akwatha, who may be tuning in, y'all. Brakatham. But they've been doing it in Sweden, different places in the world. You got people all on TikTok in America showing off their RFID micro C hip. So even IUIC and these other camps, non-believers, 2/3, they know that this device is out, but they know it to be in people's hands. You see, they know this to be put in people's hands, to when you swipe your hand on your car door, it's going to open by itself. when you go to work in the vending machine, all you gotta do is swipe your hand and you can buy something. Or what they got the stores, oh damn, what's the Amazon stores where you don't even have no cash register or no employees there. You just walk in, take what you want to walk out, because if you got this device in you, it's gonna scan everything by way of you, because you got the barcode in you, man. So the point I'm making is we seen people for years getting this device in their hand. We've been prophesying about it, showing examples of it, people having this device inserted into their hand according to prophecy. But why should we be more excited now as the believers? Because now what we've been teaching has become even more obvious, man. The Lord is giving us tangible proof. He's confirming what we've been saying and what we believe in. Because now it's not only the hand no more, man. Oh, look at that 144 on that one. 144 is not only the hand no more. Because now, again, as brother's been touching on, which I ain't gonna go too much into it, with Elon Musk, right? A couple of days ago, he is, according to him, is a success. You know, he got his first RFID implant or Neuralink implant into his first human. You see, and they said it was a success. So they looking to do it more. But the point is, now though, what we talking about now, going back to the title, what it says, confirmation of the MOTB is not just the hand. Now it's also the head. So now we seeing the word of the Lord is actually playing out in the earth. Now we ain't just got to talk about the hand. No, now we can show these people, give tangible proof that they putting the same device in your hand or the forehead, your head, as the prophecy say that was written thousands of years ago, man. Let me get this real quick. We can hop into these precepts. I'm gonna try to be a little quick with this one. I got a couple, but Lord willing, won't be that long. Let's get this real quick. This is Isaiah 55. And I'm gonna start at 11. Isaiah 55 and 11. Nope, let's start at 10. Isaiah 55 and 10, it says, for as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So what is this saying? The Lord, the Most High right here, because this is him speaking, he says, for as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither. So you know when it's raining or when the snow comes, because snow, all it is frozen water. You know, eventually it's gonna come down and unfreeze and turn into water again. The point is, it says, for as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven and return not thither, right? Once rain and snow fall, it don't turn into a boomerang and go back up. As soon as it hit the ground, it go back up. No, it says, and return not thither, but what it do? But watereth the earth and maketh it bring forth and bud. So when it come down, it don't bounce back up. When water come down from the sky, it go into the earth. It says, and make it bring forth and bud. So it produce, it make things come forth and happen, for the purpose that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So why did the Lord bring that up? Because in the same way, verse 11, he says, well, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. So just like that water, see, the Lord, he be giving examples before he make his point. You see? So he said, just as water come from the sky and don't bounce back up, but it do what it's supposed to do, go into the earth and make it things come forth. What the Lord said, well, my word gonna be the same. Verse 11, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. Who is his mouthpiece? The prophets. According to Hosea, what, 12 and 10? So as the prophets, I was speaking this word, and for the context of this lesson, what's one of the main prophecies that the mouth of the Lord have been speaking? The RFID microchip, the MOTB, man. One of the two last major prophecies, because the second one is when missiles fly. And both of them will be taking place during Jacob's trouble, man. But the Lord says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. So just like that water, They do what it's supposed to do. The Most High said his word gonna do the same. As the prophets out speaking his word and teaching, just like that water, it's not gonna be said in vain. But as it's being said, it's gonna make it bring forth, and these prophecies will be fulfilled. It's gonna come to pass. You see? And that's what we seeing, man. The Lord been having these things written from the beginning of the world, and we actually seeing it plan out. There's not no coincidence that we've been understanding that this device been in people's hands. Because look, I even heard some camps, they said that before. They went to the prophecy and read it in Revelation 13 and said, well, this said the forehead and the hand. I only see people getting it in their hand. Well, now though, it's both. And I heard Adam Abbott, Watch for Israel, Nyquam. I heard him say that specifically. Him and old dude from what's old dude? Joel from fuck, Sons of Thunder. Yep, Nyquam from what you call him, and Joel from Sons of Thunder. A while back I heard them mention that, yeah, it say in the forehead and in the hand, but this before Elon Musk and Neuralink came out. You see? So they were saying, yeah, it's in the hand, but we don't see people get no chip in their head. But now we do though. Why? Because the Lord's word is playing out. Let me get Habakkuk real quick. And I'm gonna play the two quick vids just to kind of, just show what I'm saying. A vid to show that the implants in the hand to buy and sell, but also in the head. And it's the thing, because it ain't just for buying and selling like Bishop Nate try to clown us and say, well, if you get a chip, maybe you can go to the store and buy some lamb and buy a Snicker. And you see, he playing. No, that's just a perk that these elites gonna use to get people to buy in, man. You see, to get people to buy in. So one with this implant in your hand, this is gonna be mainly used for your purchasing, your buying and selling. You see, you getting your health checked, so on and so forth. Who knows? I'm gonna leave this one to the buying and selling in the one in your hand, but in the forehead, this is where the miracles come in at. Because this one in your forehead or in your head, because I mean your forehead, that's your brain, because it's going in your brain. This one is going to be used for the sick, right? The people who may be blind. The one in the head gonna get people by way of the miracles. The hand you gonna buy and sell. And both of them gonna have all your information on them, man. You see? But what I was about to get, let's get Habakkuk real quick, and I'll play both of those vids and we can wind it down. And I get Revelation 13. Let's see about it. Got some kind of shalom to everybody who tuning in. But let's snag this real quick. This Habakkuk 2, just to show, hey, what we believe in, we ain't crazy, man. Although what we saying sound crazy as hell, because Esau plans is crazy. You want to put a digital grain of rice in everybody in the world? That's a crazy idea. For you to even sit up and then try to think of that for your plan to rule the world. But the point is, the Lord put it in this man's mind, and this is the plan. You see, all we doing is speaking about it. Ain't like we saying it's a good idea. No, we saying it's a dumb idea. It's just that we got to talk about it because it's happening. But let's read this real quick. This Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I reprove. So there's Habakkuk speaking about him and the Lord, right? So he paying attention and to see how the Most High was going to respond to him. Now, a lot of times the Most High can come to a man in a vision. The Lord can come to a man, by prophets, so on and so forth. But for example, especially in these last times, how did the Most High say that he was going to speak? In 2nd Ezra 9, he said, I'm going to speak by the things I do in the earth, by earthquakes and so on and so forth. So us watching out for these events that take place on the earth, we are actually paying attention to see what the Lord going to do next, or what he going to say next. What's his plans, man? That's why it's important to pay attention, because those who out there not paying attention go get caught off guard. Whether you a 2/3 not even in the truth, heathens, they go get caught off guard. But also those who so-called know that the Israelites, they may be in a congregation who don't push prophecy, push the MOTB, so they might not even know about it. or scoffed against it before because they was told it was just sin or an embargo, and they mind on getting married and wearing fringes. So when these things come, they gonna be caught off guard, right? So let's finish this. Habakkuk 2:2. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision. What's the vision of prophecies? Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And one of the main visions that the prophets here in the latter days had to make plain upon tables was what? Revelation 13, that RFID micro C-hip, man. That's one of them that had to be made plain upon tables. Because remember, well, what's the steps in verse 2? It says, and Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision, comma. That's the first step. The prophets of old wrote the visions. They got them, they seen them, they wrote them down. But a lot of times they didn't understand them. Like Daniel. I was reading Daniel, a couple of verses in Daniel yesterday in Daniel 8. And after he had the vision, he said, I ain't understand. I was sick and I had to throw up because I didn't understand what I seen. Right? They just wrote the visions. But why are we here today? Because time played out, things happened in the earth. Now we got secular history, tangible proof of things. So the prophets of old wrote the vision, and us here today, it says, and make it plain upon tables. Now we here through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, making these ancient prophecies easy to be understood in a modern society, man. Because the prophets wrote the visions, ain't even had the same terminology or wordplay that we got today. So now we speaking with the wordplay or lingo of today, breaking down ancient texts so these people can understand what this book talking about. And what's next? And make it plain upon tables. Next, that he may run that readeth it, so this word can spread. And now the word have spread. You see? Now the word have spread, man. It says for the vision, so these prophecies, it says for the vision is yet for an appointed time. So it was a specific time the Lord had all these things set and ready in a day, hour, year that was going to play out. Let's see when that time is. It says for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. That's where we at right now. We at the end, and the Lord's word is speaking and clearly not lying. Somebody else lying, because we got two proofs right here. What Shah said, infallible. We got two infallible proofs. Like Apostle Gabalbi saying, hey, look, go look their word up. We got two infallible proofs that the RFID micro C-hip implant is the MOTB. That's what it is. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna play the video. Now, when this society go digital, the first day, the dollar collapse, and it be run on the banks, and people running out their houses and scared because their debit card don't work, and they calling the bank and they getting put on hold by AI voice. Do that mean the first day that happened, and you're gonna have RFID micro C-hub stations set up? And no, it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be gradualism that's gonna lead to this. The digital system gonna be set up, but the last phase of it is what though? To fulfill the elite's desire and plan, the last phase of this digital system is to get this device in the people, whether in their forehead or in their hand. That's the last phase. So the first phase might be when the economy crashes, you might have to get a debit card, the Fed Now debit card. You might have to get an app, right, to get your digital stimulus check for the new lockdown, right? Then it's gonna be more things, and you probably go get so on and so forth. But then eventually, as more chaos come, more fear come, more plagues be sent on this world, the last step will be putting this thing in your body, man. Because at this point in time, Esau go, no, look, we ain't got enough time to be making all these plans. Let's do this shit. You see, like it's saying Job, when he about to fill his belly, when he about to fulfill his new war order, things go get difficult for him, man. See, but going back to Habakkuk, let's read this again. Habakkuk 2:3, for the vision, which is these ancient prophecies, is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Now it's speaking. How is the Lord word speaking? Now we ain't just talking as prophets. For example, saying what 07, 06, 05, right? The apostles was out there telling people the MOTB was the RFID micro C-hub, but they ain't have all these articles to go into to show people getting it. They ain't have all these videos to play and show. You see, they didn't have much proof to back up what they were saying. The point is, now we do, because it's out there, it's happening, it's speaking, and it's clearly not lying, because again, we have the proof to show it. So we're gonna have to end it off on Ezekiel 12, because that's what it said, mainly to these Israelite camps, because they the main ones saying we're not worried about the other people. You see, to our people and those who want to know. Because they've been saying it's not gonna happen, it ain't gonna be that. But we in that time, the law about to clearly show that this RFID micro C-HIP, this digital grain of rice, is the MOTB. It's clearly not sin, it's not embargo. He gonna prove it to you to where you ain't gonna better say nothing else. Your congregation gonna be coming up to you asking questions, right? Mad, so on and so forth. We in that time. So it says Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, man. And now that these things are out, not just on those websites with the whistleblowers, but it's on in mainstream media now. So it's definitely gonna come. So let me play you just quick 2 videos. It ain't nothing, nothing too special, nothing we ain't never heard before. It's just I want to play something that showed the proof of what we saying. It's not just in people's hands no more. And why I'm saying not just in people's hands, because people been what's the word? For lack of better words, people got used to hearing about getting a device in their hand to buy and sell, to make life convenient. So people have been used to hearing about that. But now we go into the next step in the prophecy. Forehead, the hand and the forehead. Now this happening too. So how close are we to this thing actually being mandated, man? So let's go ahead and play this. Let me make sure my sound on. Okay, we good. Let's go ahead and play this quick one. So this one says from newsnation.com. It says, would you implant a debit card chip in your hand?
Welcome back. When was the last time you wrote an actual check or bought something with cash? Swiping and tapping our cards and our apps are not just the easiest way to spend money, they're the safest way, unless, of course, we misplace our phones or our wallets, and then it's a nightmare. It is hard to misplace your hands, however. And soon your hand may be all that you need to buy anything that you can afford and many things that you can't. Because a company called Walletmore is developing a very teeny, teeny, tiny chip. You see it there in the X-ray? That should creep you out. The chip is like the ones that are found in smart credit cards or debit cards. And the chip gets embedded just under your skin and makes your whole hand a credit card. Joining me now is Wojtek Perota. He's the CEO and founder.
Make your whole hand a credit. Again, these things we know, I'm going to play them off the brain next, which I'm sure y'all seen. But the point is, if this wasn't so, how is it possible that we can show videos and proof of these things going down in the earth? Because it's here.
Of Walletmore. Okay, Wojtek, this is so futuristic and out there, but walk me through how it actually works.
Hey, so first of all, thanks for having me. Let's look at the chip as a super small part.
Yeah, he bugged out, huh? Look, all in his eyes. You could tell he bugged out.
That you can use wherever contactless payments are accepted. So it's exactly the same NFC technology, which stands for near field communication, and therefore it can be used only for the near field communication payments. So therefore you cannot be tracked, you cannot be monitored, you cannot be spied with that implant, because it's exactly the same technology as credit card.
And if I want to say this, remember we're dealing with Edomites. So when they say things as, oh yeah, it's just gonna be the buy and sell, you ain't gonna better track with it. You ain't gonna better have your information on it. It's clear you gonna have all this information on that. One, because we seen other people more prominent, I'm sure, than this guy, who already said it. We seen him say these things in the World Economic Forum. This man don't have no seat at the World Economic Forum. So we seen the people over him who even he gonna have to follow their laws. They already confirmed all information will be on these devices, man.
So here's my worry, is that you can accidentally buy something by just having your hand too close to a machine, or you could accidentally have your data all
stolen. This little chip they showing, this, this pretty much how it's going. This the chip, as we've seen many times. You see, the RFID. And what we're going to get the prophecy next, but even this in the scripture, the device used to put it in you. This that Karax right here, man. That Palisade. But let's finish it though. Let him talk.
Stolen by
You cannot lose money when you are shaking hands with anyone, because the implant is the passive tag and it doesn't have any internal source of energy. And therefore, the only option to get the read of that implant is to put it in the near field of terminal. So therefore, the other implant, which is inside of the other person's hand, is not capable of processing information. You need to have that source of energy and only terminals that you can see at your hand, finding this perfect sweet spot, because that's how we need to look at it. You would realize at least 10 times that something is going on with your hand. So that's
do
also.
You have it, Wojciech? Do you have it in your hand right now?
Yeah, of course. Actually, the X-ray that you saw was from my hand, and that's how it looks on my hand.
So show me your hand. Is it possible to see it at all? It's just barely standing out, right? Like it looks like a.
So we got an example of the hand. Now let's play this quick video for the head, and I'm gonna get the prophecy after this.
Now let's talk about Elon Musk. He put up a post a few.
And this was put out 20 hours ago. This
hours ago on Twitter, now known as X. And this is what he said. The first human received an implant from Neuralink yesterday and is recovering well. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection. For the uninitiated, here's what it means. Elon Musk has just put a computer chip in a human brain. His startup called Neuralink has started human trials. Musk co-founded Neuralink in 2016. 8 years later, they have their first human test subject. This is a big milestone.
So I'm sure you know we didn't see brothers talk about it, but let's get this real quick. Revelation 13. Let me get the blue letter so we can hear some definitions. So we see a video, and again, it's just two quick videos I heard them just pulled up. I'm sure it's better out there, but to show these things are in people, in hands and in heads, man. It's not the Lord word speaking. It's not this happening. Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power. Who's the he? The so-called white man by way of his system, right? It says he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you ain't gonna get down with this NWO, this great reset, you got to get deleted, man. You're gonna have to get X'd out, whether out of society or put to death, either one. But this is the point, verse 16. And so at the time, you're gonna have to worship this new beast by way of getting down with the NWO. At the same time, it says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. And I mind you, it's not just your right hand, it's any hand. Revelation 14 says, if a man get it in any hand, it ain't just your right hand. And I mind you, it's not just the hand or the head. If you get it anywhere in you, you going off. You got to be here for Revelation 14, 9 and 10. It says, if you get this. Now, the place they're going to put it is the forehead and in the hands. Why? Because, and Lord willing, I want to find that video so we can play it for the Thursday Live. But I remember I did a video on a couple of years ago. The creator of the RFID micro C-hip said that they had to put up, I think, a lithium battery in the micro C-hip. And in order to keep this battery constantly charged, they had to put it around, they had to put it in a spot where, in a body where it produced a lot of heat. And so he said they did tests, and the two, and this also proves that the Lord word, man, because the Most High had this written thousands of years ago, and they just did them tests in what, the 70s. But he said they had to put the device in order to keep it charged in a spot in a body where it produces a lot of heat. He said it was only two places in the body that produce constant heat. He said in any hand, mainly the right hand, because more people are right-handed. He said, but in any hand or in the brain, because these are the main two things that's used daily, your brain and your two hands. Come on, man. I want to find that video. I did a video on it a couple of years ago. But this proved the Lord word was been said. The Lord been said a hand and a forehead. But just in what 1960s and 70s, they found out the same. When John Ben wrote this, around what 90-something AD, the Lord Ben knew it was in the hand or forehead. They just had to do research in the modern time to see, oh, you got a lot of heat in your hand and in your head. Let's put it there. Just to show they confirming the Lord word, man. Let's read it again. I'm getting a little excited now. Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Let me get Revelation 14 just to prove it's a hand. We'll go back to that. I think it's, let's see. Yep. Revelation 14 and the third angel in verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. It ain't just a right hand. And when you go in, it says the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, you got to be destroyed. But going back to Revelation 13 and 16, I just want to get that to show it's any hand. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. To receive a mark. And his mark is that RFID microchip. To receive a mark in their right hand, which we know our left hand, it says R in their foreheads. Now we know you just ain't gonna get a chip put on your forehead like Lil Uzi Vert with a diamond. You know, Lil Uzi Vert got a diamond put on his forehead. But what's between your forehead, man? You got your skin. Behind your skin, you got your skull. Behind your skull, what's right there? Your brain. Come on, man. Your brain. Let's go into this word mark real quick. And as we know, it's charagma, which is something imprinted, man. Something put in you. And it's the thing. It says something put in you. Imprinted. Now, this is the thing. Let's use some logic, right? In this modern advanced age, because the scripture says that no man will be able to buy or sell unless you got this mark in you. Let's finish it real quick and I'll make my point. Revelation 13 and 16 again. He calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, a charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now, so in order for you to buy and sell and get by in society, you're gonna have to have this mark, charagma, or this RFID microchip put in you. Now, before I make my point, I want to go into a few definitions. As we went into charagma, and we know that word metapon, as the apostles been going into for forehead, is metapon, the space between the eyes. And again, what's between your eyes? You got some skin right there, your forehead, you got your skull, and you got the brain. Even when they put it on, put the chip in your head, is in the middle of your brain, the middle of your forehead, man. The space between your eyes. You see? The space between your eyes. That's that Neuralink device. That's going to be put in people. You see? But let's go into this word mark, because the word is charagma, not a root word. It's charax. And charax says what? Now so the charagma is the RFID microchip. That's the digital grain of rice, but the root word is charax. Now that's this part. You see, the device used to push it in you. That's the charax. This is the charagma, the chip, and this is the charax. Let's go into that real quick. So what's charax? It says a pale, a stake, or a palisade. Right? Now, what's a palisade? Let's look how a palisade look. Just to show these things are true. Not the car. I don't want the car. A palisade. Now, this is a palisade. You know, you could build some fences like that, but you got different fences. You know, here it is, for example. So these are palisades, right? Now you see how they look. You see how they look like a pencil. You got the circular body, and at the tip you got a point. Come on, man. I know y'all see what you know we're going with this one, but it got a body like a pencil and a little cylinder, and at the tip it got a point, right? That's a palisade, or should I say a charax? A charax. You see? This is a palisade, right? Now, let's go back to this definition because this is the root word of mark. So again, the charagma is the chip itself, and the palisade, which is the root word of charagma, that's the device that's going to be used to put the chip in you. See right here? Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me bring this over here. And we're going to bring this over here. Now, look at that. Look at that. Somebody come look at this. Look at that. This is the charagma. You see? The chip itself. And the root word of charagma was what? Charax. And it's a palisade. That's the device right here used to push the charagma in you. And we looked up palisade. It looked just like this device, man. Come on. It looked just like it. You see? The brother Shamal Wan sent so. Let me see. But yeah, that's the palisade, man. So yes, even a device used to put this in you is in the scriptures. Palisade, that's how they go push this up in you, man. It says aching through the idea of scratching to break that skin, to push this in you, man. Right? So again, it ain't just the forehead no more. I mean, it ain't just the hand, it's the forehead as well. Let me see. That brother sent me something real quick. Okay, Kanye, I had checked this out last night when you put in the chat. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Probably email it to myself. If not, I'm gonna show up for the Thursday live. It's all good because we're gonna, Lord willing, touch on it then too. I'm gonna wind this down real quick. So we got that Revelation 13 and 16. We're gonna show that for the Thursday live. The water, bro. Revelation 13 and 16 again. He calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma, a mark, in their, by way of what? By way of the charax, the palisade, in their right hand or in their foreheads. And it ain't just the hand no more. Look, Lee, it ain't just the hand no more. It's the heads too. You see? It's the heads too, man. We talking about in brains now.
Change,
The Lord
especially
word is coming to pass in brains. Look, forehead, what's behind? What's the skin? Right? The skull, and what's after that? The brain. That's where it's getting put at. In the right hand, left hand, or in their foreheads, man. In the brain. We actually seen these things take place. But let's get this real quick. I'm gonna end it on this. Because this is the time we coming in. It's exciting because I want to see how these camps gonna respond. When these things start being even more obvious, I want to see how these camps go respond, man. What bishop they gonna say? Like the Apostle Rambler been saying, he gonna pull out I've been said there's gonna be an RFID chip, moron. Right? Hey, we about to see because it's about to get spicy, man. We about to see. But let's finish it on this. Seeing the Lord word, it's clear that we in that time and these things are happening. Israel ain't gonna have nothing to say no more, man. They ain't gonna better say it's an embargo or it's sin. No, you ain't gonna better say it. This is gonna be in your face. You ain't gonna better tell your congregation anything because they're gonna be like, well, we seen a commercial yesterday. We seen Great Millstone breaking it down with an article. Come on, man. Let's read this real quick. This is Ezekiel 12. Let me see if I want to read the NLT. Let's read the NLT. I always read the KJV. Let's read the NLT. This is Ezekiel 12 and 21 NLT. It says, again, a message came to me from Yahweh, saying, son of man, you have heard that proverb they quote in Israel. So this what Jake say, those in the truth. Time passes and prophecies come to nothing. In other words, look, man, time been passing. Everything y'all been saying, it ain't even happened yet. Y'all talking about Jacob's trouble like Captain Katazak and ISUPK. Y'all talk about Jacob's trouble so much, man. Jacob's trouble, gay. Still to this day, I have no idea what that mean. Like Jacob's trouble, gay. What that mean? But the point is, these camps, y'all been talking about a chip. It ain't happened yet. Well, that's what they say. Time passing and nothing y'all say came to pass. Oh, just like in Mississippi, them two in Mississippi. A war. He said a couple of videos ago, yeah, they always talk about the year of this the year of the MOTB, this the year of Jacob's trouble. It never come to pass. That's examples of what we reading. But what the Lord got to say? Verse 23, tell the people, this is what Yahweh, the sovereign Lord, says. I will put an end to this proverb, and you will soon stop quoting it. It's good. The time coming when niggas gonna stop just saying shit. That's what the Lord is saying. He says, now give them this new proverb to replace the old one. The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled. That's where we at now. That's where we at now. Jacob say what they want, but we in a time for every prophecy to be fulfilled, man. Whether they believe it or not. And once this happens, it says, and there will be no more false visions or flattering predictions in Israel. Teachers ain't gonna be able to just say what they want, tickle they congregation fancy by saying it ain't gonna be no RFID Michael C. Hip. If it do, it ain't the MOTB, Bishop Nate. You see? Oh, y'all ain't got to worry about Jacob's trouble. We just gonna skip into the kingdom. La da 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 da. Bishop Nate, you said this. Right, his old tape. All these camps was pushing out what ain't gonna happen, right? What ain't the MOTB, but they never tell us what is. What the Lord is saying, the time we coming in when it's clear what is, at this time, the false prophets, there will be no more false visions or flattering predictions in Israel. They ain't gonna be able to say anything to their congregation because it's gonna be obvious what it really is. It's infallible proofs, man. It says, for I am Yahweh. If I say it, it will happen. And again, how he speak, his prophets, and what the prophets been saying. RFID micro C-HIP is coming to the world, which is the MOTB. Well, guess what? Since we've been saying it, guess what got to happen? If I say it, I'm talking about what the Lord said. He says, let's read 25. For I am Yahweh. And if I say it, it will happen. That's what we started with, Isaiah 55. His word ain't gonna go out void. If he said it's gonna happen. So if the prophet's been speaking it, guess what's about to happen? Come on, man. It says there will be no more false visions and flattering predictions in Israel, for I am Yahweh. And if I say it, it will happen. There will be no more delays. Come on, man. There will be no more delays, you rebels of Israel. I will fulfill my threat of destruction in your lifetime. It might be in 2024. But in our lifetime, these things will happen. Clearly, because again, people, look, he got it in his hand. People getting him in their heads, man. People getting him in their heads, man. Is this not playing out in the earth as we speak? And I mind you, just because the first person, you don't think it had a whole waiting list of people? Now they probably, getting people in them beds, in surgery, putting this in them. You see? It's playing out, man, in our lifetime. It says, the sovereign Lord have spoken it. We might as well just finish it. Then this message came to me from the Lord, Son of Man. The people of Israel are saying he's talking about the distant future. So Ezekiel went out there and prophesied, and they said, man, that shit ain't gonna happen. That's way in times to come. Just like they saying now, man, you know how far off that is where everybody go get a device in them, man, that's futuristic. Well, the Lord says his vision, well, this is what they still saying, his visions won't come true for a long, long time. Well, this is what the Lord saying and what we saying. Verse 28. Therefore, tell them, this is what the sovereign Lord Yahweh says. It will be no more delay. I will do everything I have threatened. I, Yahweh, have spoken, man. And what's one of the things he threatened? That this device, one of the last major prophecies, will come to pass, and we seeing it speaking and playing out in the earth. And again, it's no longer just the hand for these other camps out there, but now we got tangible proof, infallible proof that on mainstream media, it's the hand and the heads, man. The hand and the heads, man. You see? But I'm gonna end it right there, Lord willing. This lesson was edifying. But again, Lord willing, we follow up, touch on this a little bit on a Thursday live, kind of going to the miracles of these things, the miracles of this device, and how Esau go use these fake powers to deceive the world into taking this, man. You see? But Lord willing, we touch on it then. But the water for tuning in. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing this word with truth and sincerity, and as well as all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. You keep fighting, keep pushing, and we almost out of here. And this prophecy coming to pass is even more proof that we almost out of here, man, because this got to happen before we leave. So, hey, stay tuned in to what's going on, to this news. Hey, man, be excited that the Lord word is playing out, man. You know, so there's been a lesson, confirmation of the MOTB. It's not just the hand. Now it's also the head. Prophecy is speaking. And with that, shalom.